Oh, let us know when we're ready.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Let me just refresh it.
Yeah, let me know when we're ready.
Okay. See, we're good.
We're good?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, well, gosh, we're back again in Spiral Hill. It's good to be back, and we're at Tangled's house once again. I'm gonna knock on the door. I'll wait for her to answer.
Long enough. Come on, come in.
Hey,
Hello,
whoa.
Come
Hey.
on.
Whoa.
Hiya.
Yeah.
Hey, good to see everybody.
Hey, Tangle, how are you?
Hi. So happy to see you guys in so long. I'm sorry. Look, here, sorry. I am learning to be gentle.
Yeah.
Gentle is a thing apparently I can learn how to be.
Eddie, there's Blaze. Hey, Blaze.
Hi. Hello. Tangle, did you want the tea set here?
Yes, that would be fantastic. Thank you.
Okay.
Make sure you put Duos in the single seat so that he has like a special seat of honor.
Oh, yes, of course.
Thanks.
Hey, good. So, how's everything going, you two?
It's going really, really well. Things in the restoration are actually going okay. Surge and Kit aren't causing too many problems. We're not fighting. Things are okay.
That's good. Maybe they are turning over a new leaf. Well,
I mean, I won't complain about it.
I won't either. And how about you, Blaze? How are things going with you?
Things are well. Silver and I just dropped off some provisions at Missouri, and so we're just making sure everybody's okay there, and then in the meantime, we're just sightseeing.
Oh, good. Oh, Tangle, I wish you... not Tangle, I mean, Blaze, I wish you were Sonic in the movie. Oh, Tangle, you could back me up on this. Wasn't that so much fun?
Yeah, I would do that forever. You all let me live my Disney sidekick dreams, and I would do that forever.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Blaze.
What panel was this?
This was called Sonic at the Movie 2 Disney Edition, where we had to cast all these characters.
Were you at the first? I think you were at the first one, weren't you?
Yes, I was at the first one, but I did not know about the second.
Yeah, it was just a Disney one.
Oh, right.
But there was just one part where there was just one Aladdin segment, and
really?
Shadow was casted as Aladdin, and Bang was casted as Jasmine, and they did the whole thing where they're like right before with the magic clock.
It's a blooper reel waiting to happen.
Yes, it is, and of course it happened like off screen, but they started to sing like a whole new world, and I put Shadow, I can show you the world, like that. Oh, I never knew he was such a singer.
So Shadow was singing?
Yeah, he was. He'll deny it.
Really?
Yeah, and apparently there's this whole crack ship thing that came out called like Shadang. I don't know.
How does Shadow feel about this?
Who cares what Shadow thinks about it?
He don't want to talk about it.
Who cares what he thinks about it?
I think it's fun.
Hi, Prankster. Hi, Dino Kaiju. Hi, Cutie Cat.
Hello,
hi, everybody
welcome.
else who hasn't said anything.
Speaking of prank, no, Tangle, since it was April Fool's yesterday, did you do anything?
I'm not allowed to. They basically had me on watch the entire day. Because apparently my pranks get destructive and I cause ruin of property. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, I have a really good story to tell you.
Tell us when Duo gets here. I don't want him to miss any of this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Speaking of, do we have any idea when he's going to be here?
Yeah, when is he coming?
He should be here soon.
Hello?
Hey, Duo.
Duo, there you are. Hi.
Oh, hey.
Come right in.
I'm not too late, am I?
No, you're totally good.
Okay, good. I don't know. I was knocking. I don't think you guys heard me.
Oh, sorry about that. We were just catching up.
No. Okay. So I'm here. I'm on time. There's nothing wrong, is there?
There is nothing wrong. Everything is great. Happy to have you here, Duo.
Yeah. Designated this chair for you.
I gave you the comfy chair.
Hey, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you're the
You're
guest
the
of honor.
guest. You're the guest of honor today. You get the comfy chair.
Okay.
Those are the rules.
Okay, I was not expecting this. This is new.
Well, get used to it. That's what friends do.
Well,
we made some tea if you want some.
Yeah, we weren't sure of the flavor, so I just made a bunch.
Oh, it's fine.
Rather, I had Whisper make a bunch because I
Yes.
burned the first pot, so I had Whisper make it for me.
How do you burn a pot of tea?
Don't ask.
It's not as hard as you think.
No.
I mean, yeah, it really isn't. I mean, all you have to do is just get a tea kettle, put it, just boil it, and then put in a tea bag, and then just like it's so easy to make tea. How do you burn a pot of tea?
By letting
You'd be
it sit for
surprised.
way too long. By getting distracted by something outside and letting it sit for too long, and then you come back and the bottom of the pot, all of the water has evaporated, and the bottom of the pot has a little thin layer of like rust or something on it, and the pot is ruined. Not like I know anything about that, of course. I would never do something like that.
Or heating up the kettle too hot so it explodes.
That's also a possibility. That is not something I have done. Not saying that I did the first thing ever, but that is not something that I've done.
Okay, look, Tangle, I think next time if you ever make tea, just know it's not rocket science.
You underestimate me, Duo.
I really do, don't I?
Yes, you do.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Duo, if you want, I sprinkled some catnip near yours. Just cat to cat.
Okay. Are any of these like labeled or something? Because I can't really tell. No.
Sorry.
Okay.
Not because I forgot to put labels on them at all. Definitely because I meant for it to be a surprise, not because I forgot anything.
I see. I'll just grab this and I won't question what it is.
Nope. Do not question anything.
Noted.
Well, Duo, we're so glad you're here. We'd love to ask you some questions along with Kevin and Leah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was not expecting all this attention.
Yeah, no. We don't really get much of a chance to like sit down and talk. We're always adventuring and all that. So yeah, since you're new around here, figured we get to know you better.
Yeah.
And you're new to the team. Not all of the people. We have a bunch of fans at Revo and here in Leah's server. A lot of people who really love to chat with us. And you're new here. I would love for them to all get to know you too.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but I mean, if we're talking the Diamond Cutters, I'm not exactly new. I mean, Surgeon Kit, they recently joined and stuff like that.
They've talked to Surge and Kit before, but you're not somebody who they've gotten to talk to in the past.
I mean, I guess that's fair, but I mean, the last panel I was a part of, I was with Blaze, so it's not like I've been like gone or like quiet.
But you haven't gotten a chance to like be the center for a bit.
But
We would love for the lovely people out here to get to know you, not in the context of you, and not in the context of all the other cats.
Well, yeah, I get that, but I think it's just it's kind of crazy knowing that all the attention is on me now. I just never expected that.
It's scary at first, I know, but trust me, you get used to it, and everyone's gonna love you because you're really great.
Exactly.
Okay. I guess I'll take your guys' word for it.
If any of you lovely folks in the chat have questions, please feel free to post them. I'm looking at the chat so I can keep an eye on it. Don't you worry.
Yeah, well, I have a question for you, Joel. Since it was April Fool's yesterday, did you do anything?
No, I'm not a fan of April Fool's Day.
Oh, okay. Well, now that you're here, I can tell the story. Okay, so I believe you were told about the whole Aladdin thing at Sonic at the movie. So
Yeah, I'm sort of aware of it.
yeah,
It's odd, but I just choose to accept it.
Yeah. So anyway, for the whole April Fool's prank thing, was dressed up as the Easter Bunny, and he was told to deliver this Easter egg to Shadow, and sounded like he was gonna give it to him as a gift. And when the egg opened, it said "Shadding for life" with the number 4, and Shadow was like, "Oh, you should have seen his face. Oh, it was funny."
Is that your shadow impression?
Yeah.
I feel like if I saw his face, I'd have a 99% chance of getting chaos blasted.
Yeah.
I feel like you're right. I think that if you were close enough to see him, you would absolutely be in the Chaos Blast range.
Yeah.
I just choose to not be anywhere in a 10-mile radius of that guy.
Yeah.
That sounds reasonable.
Very wise.
Oh,
So
but
was
it
it a
was
prank for
funny.
Fang or Shadow? 'Cause
It was-
it
it was-
sounds
it-
like they were both equally surprised.
They were both the victims of the prank. So Fang at the Easter Bunny not being told what was inside the egg, and Shadow being the victim of what was inside the egg.
Interesting.
Oh,
see.
they're never gonna live down that crack stuff. Anyway, that's my story.
And I bet we're going to be seeing a lot of that later.
Yes, we are. Anyway, now that I got that out of the way, Leah, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. I'm very curious. What's like your favorite dessert? It can be like cakes or any form of pastry.
I mean, I actually answered this question when we did the Team Phoenix panel a while ago. I said my favorite, as of right now, is a tiramisu.
Ooh.
Which is a really good choice.
It is. I've just always enjoyed it growing up.
Tiramisu is classy.
Mhm.
You're a classy gentleman.
Well, I don't know. You can treat yourself every once in a while, and I think that's what I would.
Absolutely, and you should.
Agreed.
That's just what I would choose if it was ever an option.
Right, you should. Treat yourself. Yeah, yeah.
Well, Duo, I have a question.
Sure.
I see there is a lot of misconceptions about cats out there, and I'd like to get your perspective. What is one misconception that you wish to correct?
Well, I mean, we also answered this when we did the perfect panel a while ago. You said that cats shouldn't be fed milk because it would upset them as they grow up, and I just said, I don't know, cats are low maintenance, so maybe they don't need to be taken care of as much as like compared to dogs. So
see.
that's just, I think it's more or less just good to reiterate that. So I at least
course.
have something to say instead of having to come up with one of my own.
Do you have another misconception that wasn't mentioned in that panel?
Not that I can think of right now.
Sure.
So, are you saying that cats are lactose intolerant as they grow up?
I guess.
When- Oh, you guess?
At least I think so. I mean, look, I wasn't raised to be like many other cats, so I honestly wouldn't know.
Yes. For kittens, they have little kitten milk, but more than that, milk is just not good for our stomachs.
Not give you milk things.
No.
Making note. Writing down. Writing down on the wall. It'll be fine. Do not give
Oh.
cat friends
I'm-
milk.
I-
Okay.
Do you need paper, Tangle? I have some.
I should have asked that first.
Oh,
And
it's alright.
It's fine. It'll wash off.
Okay.
Anyway, so we've got a couple of questions in the chat that I'll happily read out. Cutie Cat asks to you, my friend, how did it feel meeting and getting hugged by Big? You got hugged by Big and you lived to tell the tale?
Yeah, he squashed me. Yeah, he squashed me like a pancake, and I don't want to think about it.
With all the love in the world to you, Duo, you're kind of tiny. You got hugged by Big and lived?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a traumatic experience because, like, yeah. I mean, you look. I mean, it makes sense why his name is Big because he's humongous.
He's huge! He's massive!
I
Yes,
think he gives
so
you
it's-
competition in the hug department, Tangle.
Yes! No, it's not even a competition. He wins. That is not a question. Hey,
Look.
look how large he is.
And look, I mean, I feel like it's bad for anybody like our size. So it's just, I mean, well, here's the thing. I don't see it as like you get hugged by Big and you you die or something. I mean, more or less, it's just like if
You
you're even
get
able to.
suffocate.
Well,
It's like a snake.
Well, yeah, but if you're able to breathe afterwards, like that's what you need to rely on after being hugged by Big.
You are stronger than I will ever be, good sir.
You have
Good
no
for you.
idea.
I got hugged by, or Big tried to hug me on our fishing panel. I ended up getting yeeted into the water because I had to try to wriggle to escape. Otherwise, I would have choked. He does not realize his own strength.
Mhm.
Jeez.
Is he a cat? He's much larger than all the rest of the cats I know.
He is. I think he's just big boned.
And thus his name.
Yeah.
Noted. Also, Duo, out of curiosity, well, are you a specific kind of cat? You look kind of like an ocelot. Or are you just a cat?
I think I've gotten people saying that I look like an ocelot, but I don't really see it.
I mean, the color is wrong, but like the little spots, the general shape. I've never met an ocelot, so I don't know. But that you give me that vibe.
Yeah, that's what other people have said.
Fascinating.
I really don't know what kind of cat I am, to be honest. I mean, there's so many different types, but I feel like you can't just name one. So,
Sure.
yeah, I don't think about it too much, but I guess closest one I look like is an ocelot, so I guess I'll take it.
Mm.
Do you have, what are your thoughts on catnip? I'm very curious.
Well, well, from what I know, catnip is on the same level as what people in the human world call drugs. So I'd rather
really?
stay away. I'd rather stay away from it.
Oh, I find it great.
Is it addictive?
I guess. I don't know. I feel
I
feel
have
like
no
it's
idea.
just
I'm just sitting here. It looks like a plant to me.
well,
Well,
yeah.
it's nice. I'll give you that.
I just kind of choose to try to stay away from it as much as possible because I don't know if I want to see what could possibly
Okay.
happen.
I'm sorry. Here, let me take. Here, I can take that catnip I gave you from you. But does it make you feel more comfortable? I apologize.
It would, yeah, because
Sure. Here you go.
I don't know. I think it's just I think I have heard that it can get addictive, so I just wanna distance myself.
Of course.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, that's understandable. So it's not being like other cats. Is that why you didn't like chase after the whole ball of yarn after I threw it in the perfect panel?
Yeah, I don't really know how to explain it that well, but I grew up in an orphanage, so I think it was just being raised. We didn't have many resources that probably you would need to kind of develop your cat-like instincts. So yeah, I mean, we never had balls of yarn, we never had laser pointers, we never had boxes. So it's like just
I would think that boxes would be one of the things you absolutely had.
well, yeah, you would think so, but I guess also recycling. I don't know.
Okay, fair answer. Blaze, your face perked up there. Something you want to share?
My what?
Your face, it perked up like as soon as I mentioned the ball of yarn. Is there something on your mind?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Oh, Kevin, I see another question in the chat, actually. Do you want to read that?
Yep, I got it. Dino Kaiju asks, Duo, what are some of your favorite movies to watch when you are not on missions?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I need to think of one.
Dude, it's like whenever anyone asks you what your favorite movie is, it's like, have I ever watched a movie in my entire life?
Well, no,
Very true.
well, no, I definitely have, but I'm just.
But like, you can't think of one off the top of your head. You can't think of what.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that you're asked, now that you're
exactly.
put on the spot, you can't think of one.
Yeah, it's hard to really think about it exactly. This is hard. I I don't know. I've kind of been getting into the. I'll be honest. I've been kind of getting into the Kung Fu Panda franchise recently.
It's so funny. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't deny that.
Yeah, it's good. I still haven't seen the fourth one, but I hear some interesting things about it.
It's a movie for sure. It exists.
Okay. I see.
And I'm sorry, what was the movie title again? I kind of messed it.
Kung Fu Panda.
Oh yes, and
Panda series.
yes, and Tango, I agree with you on the fourth one. It just exists.
It is certainly a movie. It is certainly a thing that exists.
I feel like the only thing that interests me about the movie is that the villain is a shapeshifter.
Mm.
Oh,
Ooh,
really?
why?
What? Why is that?
I don't know. I think that's just always an interesting trope in movies and TV shows. Like I don't know. I heard about the show called Wednesday, and basically there's this character that's a teacher, and she's a shapeshifter. And when I learned that, I was just like, oh wow, that's so interesting. So I don't know. That's just an interesting trope that I'm into for whatever reason.
Interesting. No, that is interesting. I guess for me personally, I think it's overused. It's a really
Really?
easy. Yes, I would say so. It's an easy plot
It
point.
feels like a kind of easy out.
Exactly.
If that makes any
It's
sense.
almost a lazy out.
I guess that makes sense, but I don't know. I can't help but be interested.
Well, that's fine.
Really,
Sweet
it-
I mean, fair answer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
Tangled.
get you kind of have to admire the cleverness of it a little bit,
Sure.
because just looking like somebody else isn't usually enough.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to act like them too.
That is true.
Yeah.
I know that firsthand. It's whatever we dealt with people who could shapeshift. We caught them by them not being able to act perfectly like the person they were pretending to be.
Interesting.
So I guess it would take cleverness to do that. But at the same time, you're right, it does feel like a kind of easy out.
Exactly.
If you can just turn into whoever you want to be, you don't really have to think, right? You don't have to come up with a creative plan. You don't have to.
You're right. Yes.
You don't
it-
have
that
to be
sounds
stealthy
exactly-
or sneaky. You can just go in there and do the thing.
It's very
it
lazy.
feels- I am the last person who can talk about elegance, but it feels inelegant. You would be better to talk about that, please.
Oh, I know. I mean, there's subterfuge and going undercover, but if you are able to do it automatically, it's just, I don't know. Those who can, I wish them the best because, yeah, it is a very easy out.
Mm.
I
Do you
can't
have
say
any-
it's not a cool trope, but when it's done right,
Yes.
it's really cool.
That is true.
Yeah.
It's just got to be done right, and it's very hard to do right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's like the kind of betrayal tropes, right? There's a bunch of games that I've played recently and movies that I've watched where the big twist is that the friend is the traitor.
Oh, the
but you
twist
can
villain. Yes. It's
but
been
you can
so overused.
the worst is when you can see it coming miles away.
Exactly.
Yes,
What-
I agree.
One game that I played, like her husband was captured or whatever, and then she starts behaving weird. And then all of a sudden, when she betrays us for not saving her husband, we're all so surprised! No! We all saw that! Are you all stupid? It was.
Exactly.
Use your brains, characters!
Agreed. Sorry, Duo, we went off on a tangent there. Are you all
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You just went off on a whole tangent there, and it just made me rethink my life decisions.
Oh, really?
Well, I don't know. I think it's just there's not many tropes that I like. So it's just if I had to choose one, it would probably just be that. So
Oh, that's fine. You can
Yeah.
like it.
yeah, okay. But I don't know. I kind of just wanna try to take your guys' advice and maybe just think about it a little bit more. If I'm being honest.
Sure.
It's
As long as you're not a
like, we're just-
shapeshifter or anything.
Yeah,
Well, I get that on the daily, but I'm not.
You
we
get-
know.
Yes.
I'm very curious, Duo. Which Kung Fu Panda is your favorite?
The second one,
The second one? Oh,
Good choice. Good choice.
Lord Shen, best villain.
Nice.
Just look. The second movie did not have to be that emotional, but by God, is it so good?
Mhm.
That there are not many movies where the sequel is just as good, if not better, than the original. Kung Fu
But-
Panda is a very big one of that, and now granted, the third and the fourth definitely fell off the cliff a little bit.
I mean, I still like the third one, but I know it's not the greatest.
Yeah. The same thing happened with Shrek. One was great. Two, I think two was the best, and then
Mhm.
3 and 4 just off a cliff.
Well,
No clue what happened there.
Well, the third one was horrendous, but I think the fourth one has a lot of charm in it, and I like it.
That's valid.
Mhm.
Oh,
Ooh.
it looks like there's another question if you want.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, Leah.
Oh,
Go ahead,
yeah.
Leah.
Oh, Tangle, do you want to read it?
Okay. Prankster says that she's pleased to meet you, first of all. And secondly, she asks, what is a fun game or pastime that you enjoy when you're not on missions?
Yeah, that's hard because I mean I don't get a lot of free time on missions. I said
Not
this.
on missions. What do you do?
Well, I said this before. I like to do a little bit of light reading. Just if there's a book available to me, I'll just read it because why not?
Read and know.
Do you have a genre you enjoy?
I like dystopians.
Interesting. Is there a reason why?
I don't know. I mean, I can't answer this as easy as the shapeshifter one, but I don't know. I think I just like something about a city that's different or a society that's different from our own, and I don't know. I think it's just interesting because that's where authors can be the most creative. So I think I just kind of admire that creativity. I mean, one of the last few books I've read was something of a dystopian, but other books I've been able to just like skim through have been like old books or books I haven't really quite gone to, but very barren.
Baron, did you say?
Yeah, barren, like a desert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I haven't really gotten too far in this book, but basically the main character is a herder in a desert. So and just when I think of a desert, I just think of a barren wasteland. So
What a desert is. I have
yeah.
been to one. There is nothing there. What was I about to ask? I had a train of thought, and then I read the chat, and I have now utterly lost the train of thought.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
We were talking about dystopian stuff. Speaking of dystopian stuff, because we have all seen some dystopian stuff.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Blaze wasn't there, and I don't remember a whole lot of it. But Duo, were you affected by anything like the metal virus?
I heard about it, but I don't know. I guess I wasn't near much of where it was spreading, so
Where were you?
I cannot remember for the life of me.
That's fair. I can barely remember what I did yesterday.
It could be that maybe you were infected by the virus. A lot of people didn't realize what was going on.
Yeah.
until it was too
I
mean,
will. I
it's-
will say this, Tangle. You brave soul, you. I don't know how much you remember it.
I do not want to talk about what happened to me. That is not the conversation I am looking to have right now.
I understand.
I am asking. I'm wondering if having seen something like that leads to the interest in dystopian stuff.
No, I think it's just I just like the creativity of it all.
That's fair.
But no, I'm trying to think back to when I heard about the metal virus, but it's all blurry. All I remember is that I was maybe just in a room that was just very dark. Maybe I was still in the orphanage at the time. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was a traumatic time, it sounds like.
It was bad for
Yeah.
No one had a good time. Literally nobody.
Yeah.
0 people had a good time in that.
I can imagine.
But let's talk about happier things. We have
Yes.
another question. It's actually to all 3 of us. What would you say is the most embarrassing moment in your life? Sorry, not sorry. This is from VG Jedi. Duo, as our guest of honor, I hereby subject you to answering this question first.
Okay, well, this is a pretty easy answer. So, when me and Blaze did the perfect panel, I was in a box for the latter half of it all, and it was not fun.
Really?
No,
You didn't like it?
No, I just don't. I still don't understand to this day why you guys are so obsessed with boxes.
Well, it's comfortable, but I
How?
would say it just.
I just feel like if I were to lean back on the box, I'd fall over because it's made of cardboard, which is not a sturdy material.
Oh, but that's where you relax. You distribute your weight.
Yeah, not for me.
You are liquid, right? That is the thing. You are liquid. You can fit in all containers.
That's what Silver says to me sometimes, but no.
Well, I don't seem to be made of liquid.
We are flesh and bone, just as you.
Yeah.
But incredibly
Hey, chat. Do we
flexible.
believe that? Do we believe that cats are not liquid? I have seen Blaze fit into some weird things. I have seen her fit into a box. I have seen her fit her rather tall body on my teeny tiny chair. I have seen her basically fill a room. It's clearly magic of some kind.
On that note, Tangle, what would you say is your most embarrassing moment?
Okay. I have so many, and I'm just trying to pick a story that I have not told before. I have told the cake story. I have told the street lamps. Sorry, I'm literally going through the list of the embarrassing things that I have done in my head and trying to pick a story that I haven't told you guys.
Of course, no problem.
Give me a second.
What haven't you done?
Not a lot. Look, so if you see an opportunity to do something cool, you gotta do it, right?
That is, hey, no.
And
no
sometimes it
argument.
works. Sometimes it's really great and it's really cool and you look like a hero. And sometimes, maybe most of the time, it doesn't. And that's just how it be. And sometimes like that it be. Okay.
Astutely said.
Have I told the story about the bounce house?
I don't think so.
That one I don't know.
I don't think I've told that story. Okay, so when I was younger, like around Tails' age, or like Tails' appearance age, I know he's been 8 for like 30 years or something, but when I was like 8, I was at a friend's birthday party, and I had maybe had a little bit too much sugar, if that's a thing. There's no such thing as too much sugar, but maybe I had a little more sugar than I should have. So they had this bounce house, this little castle-shaped bounce house, and I, in my excitement, ran up to a group of my friends and said, "Watch this!" and proceeded to run and dive into the bounce house. As I did so, the Velcro-lined entrance of it kind of grasped onto my tail, and I took the entire bounce house down with me as I landed on it.
Oh my goodness.
Deflated the whole thing. And as such, I basically landed flat on my face in the dirt because there was no fluffy bounce house. So I destroyed this bounce house and landed completely on my face. Now, I am on a sugar high, right? So I don't know really what's going on. Only that there is bounce house surrounding me. It is now dark and I'm freaking out. So I try to break myself out of the constraints that I am in and rip a hole through the bounce house. That cost a lot of money, and everyone was laughing at me. There is a video of it somewhere. I don't know where, but it exists. And I was not invited to another party that had a bounce house in it. This is a true story.
My goodness.
Oh my, is there anything that tail doesn't get you in trouble with?
When I am beating up bad guys.
Fair enough.
Well, perfect. Shall we move on to the
You didn't
next-
answer the question, Blaze.
Oh, well, you don't need to hear my embarrassing story.
Yes, we do. Yes,
No,
we
no,
do. Yes, we
no.
do. Help me
No,
out, chat.
Tangle,
Help me out,
no.
Duo. Look, if Duo and I had to do it, so do you.
I guess she has a point
The question was to all three of us, and we answer.
there.
Well, I will not share my most vulnerable stories, but one does come to mind. I was making an international announcement. I was live with a teleprompter and the whole shebang in my office, and lo and behold, Maureen somehow accidentally, just maybe, left a water balloon in the upward chandelier in the rafters of the ceiling in my
I
office.
totally believe her.
Yes, a total accident when it fell directly on me during the live broadcast.
What hap-
Incredible.
What happened afterwards?
We don't need to talk about that.
Okay.
Was there fire involved?
We don't need to talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not.
But she was in much trouble.
Oh boy, I can imagine how much no theater for how
How'd
long
you know it
after
was
that.
her?
It is always her.
When is it not her?
Noted.
Maybe she left a calling card or something.
Is that a thing? Do villains actually do that? Leave calling cards?
Rouge does.
Yeah, she left this card that says thank you on it every time
Yeah,
she killed the duel.
Rouge does, sure, but Marine's not really a villain either. She's just a mischief.
Well, I guess if we were to talk about Eggman in this case, it probably would be that he would have his giant mustache on everything.
That's true.
You do that?
Yeah, like you should see everything that he's created. It always has his giant mustache on it.
Yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
his stuff has one, but does he leave calling cards?
That's what I assume.
Fascinating. I'll need to ask Sonic about that. I mean, to be fair, Eggman's not a particularly subtle guy, but
Yeah.
No, he's really not.
Neither is his descendant, Dr. Eggman Negative.
I've only met him like once. Is he related to Eggman, or is he just a soul dimension version? Is he just somebody in the soul dimension who acts like Eggman?
They are related,
Ew,
and he is just as despicable.
gross.
Oh
hate
yeah,
that.
the bad thing that he done, when Sonic and Co. first encountered him. Ugh.
I hate that. I hate him. Let's punch him in the face. I'm ready.
I'm with you, Tangle.
Yes, violence.
Yes, that man is one of the But we're here not to talk about that. We're here to talk about Duo.
Yeah.
Yes, we
I have another question for you, Joel. How's just being part of the restoration so far been? Like any pros, any cons about it? I'm very curious.
Well, I guess if I were to say pros, so far everybody has been fairly nice to me. I mean, especially like when I first joined. I mean, Lanolin seemed a little bit off, but I think
It's
as
Lanolin.
yeah, but I think as I introduced myself, I said why I was there. She kind of opened up to me then, but still, I was trying to make sure that I did not make her mad in any way, shape, or form.
Lanolin is not someone you want to make mad.
Yo, no.
Lanolin is
So-
scary. She's mad at me a lot. I don't know why, but she's
I-
mad at me a lot.
I kind of feel like I can tell because didn't she like swipe a paddle or something off of the table as she was interviewing me or something?
Yes, she doesn't trust people a lot. And the fact that you got her trust so fast is really
Yeah, that's something that I didn't expect. I mean, I was surprised because it's like when Silver accused me of ditching him, when like they were accusing me of being Mimic, it's like Landlin just always stood up for me, and I'm just like, this is weird, but I guess I should accept it. But
Oh,
it's
so
just
Lanolin-
weird.
Lanolin
just
will
like-
protect her people. You are one of her people.
yeah, but at the time I was new, so I'm surprised that she kind of had like a solid stance over me when like I feel like if it was that she first started to work with you guys, I don't know, I can't see her doing the same for you guys.
I think Lanolin, as she is now, would have done the same for me and for Whisper. I think Lanolin would always do that for Whisper.
I guess that's fair, but
When-
still,
When the Diamond Cutters got together, or when the Neo Diamond Cutters got together, we went through some real bad stuff together, and Lanolin learned a lot about needing to trust her people and needing to have her people's backs. And that is something that she's really been trying to be better about. Something that she's really trying to grow in, to be a stronger leader in, to lead her people as they need someone to look to. And I'm not a good leader. Whisper doesn't want to be a leader, so it's got to be her.
She can be a bit bossy, but her heart's in the right place.
I think that the way that she defended Duo is sort of a showing of growth from when she first worked with me and Whisper, because she didn't defend me. She wrote me off, but she ended up needing me. She ended up needing the skills that I had to offer. And I think that she doesn't want to do the same with you. She doesn't want to write off the skills that you have to offer, and you are one of her people. You look to her, and she takes responsibility for you.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like I'm not really sure how to really feel about that, because if she's trying to do better, but she's pretty much picking up a fight with Whisper, even though she did accuse me, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not really sure if this is exactly a symbiotic thing that we have going on.
I think it is. You were accused with not a lot of evidence, and your alibi was sound. I love Whisper with all my heart. I do. But she can chase ghosts a lot. And she follows her gut, which a lot of times really, really leads to good things. Her gut is usually trustworthy, but it's not perfect. And I think that with that, she learned that you can't just, especially when you are thinking that someone is not telling the truth. Because I understand, why she might think that. Everything that she and Silver said, in context made sense. But they didn't think to get your side. They didn't think to see what you had to say about it. And because of that, they made a baseless accusation. Which I can whisper doing that doesn't really surprise me. When it comes to Mimic, she is relentless. She is angry. That is the one thing. He is the one thing that can shake her.
I can see that.
Yeah, you have to excuse her. She's been through a lot, just to put it very lightly, to make a long story short.
Yeah, they didn't really think everything through.
And I think.
Which,
Go ahead, Tangle.
yeah, they didn't think everything through, and it bit them. And Lanolin saw all sides. She was the arbiter, and she made the call. And her call was sound.
And I do believe that Silver tends to be very goal-oriented duo. So once he has something in his mind, he is going to get it. So
I can sort of tell that as well.
yes.
Oh, but please continue, Duel. Was there anything else you wanted to add about the restoration and being in it?
Well, I mean, I feel like after that whole somber discussion we just had, I'm not really sure if I want to dig deeper into that question.
Okay.
They're both good people, and we love you at the Restoration. We want to do whatever we can to make you feel comfy.
I appreciate that.
I understand. I will say that Jewel is a really good leader. Like, she knows what
Oh,
she's
yeah.
doing.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
she is scary.
Wait. Jules scary?
Yeah. Jewel is head of the restoration.
He knows who Jewel is. But yeah, you have not seen her when she is in full type A mode.
Like what? When she's overworked or something?
When she's overworked or when she's so focused on a specific thing that needs to get done. She can be, and I love her dearly. She is my best friend in the entire world. She can be a little bit of a tyrant.
I guess I can kind of tell. I mean, I have worked with her after I broke my arm. She gave me an offer to join her at to work for her. So I took it because it was a nice opportunity. But I don't know. I think actually she's more or less been assigning me things so she doesn't get overworked. Because I haven't really quite seen her get overworked.
Which is something that we have worked very hard with her on.
Oh, yeah.
Delegation. She has to delegate. She cannot take it all on herself. We have worked very hard with her on that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've had to drag her out a few times. I'm like, hey, Jewel, you've been working too hard. Let's just catch up at the cafe. Tell me some good stories. That kind of thing. You gotta get out every now and then.
You can trust somebody else to do the work. It is not always if you want to get something right, you have to do it yourself. Me and Lanolin sort of think the same way in that. So, when Jewel is overworked, think of Lanolin. Let's go with that. Lanolin, but
don't want
snippier.
No, I don't want to.
It's not fun.
Well, I hope I don't get to the point where Jewel just turns into a clone of Lanolin. Thankfully, that has not happened. Thankfully, that has not happened, and I don't want it to happen.
Nope, no one wants it to happen.
Anyway, Leah, do you have another question for Duel?
Oh yeah, I actually do. I'm very curious. If you were to be any flavor cake, what flavor cake would you be?
Oh, that's a hard one. I'd probably just go for a very simple flavor like vanilla or strawberry.
Ooh.
Cannot do a strawberry. I love strawberry.
Yeah, it's good.
Blaze, I feel like I've been totally talking over you. Do you have anything fun to say? I feel really bad. I know I talk a lot.
Oh no, you are fine, Tangle. I'm not one to talk, so you are perfect. It's the perfect balance. I guess, Duo, what would you recommend? Actually haven't eaten much in the cafeteria at the restoration. What would you recommend that I try?
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes our cafeteria food can range from really good, but not like gourmet level, to blech. That's
Interesting.
just how I'll describe it. Just blech.
Tangle, do you find that same experience?
I plead the fifth.
I think
Do-
I'll I think I'll just sorry, did I talk over you?
No, no, please.
Okay. I think I'll just explain it in the best way. I would say the best food that the cafeteria gets, and it's good every single time, is the chicken.
Interesting, really.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Just they prepare the chicken in such a precise way, and I really enjoy it. But the worst thing, well, I mean, Blaze, you're kind of aware of that. I don't really have a great, I don't have a great liking to most seafood. So, yeah, sometimes when they bring that in, I just kind of avoid it. But I don't know. Other than that, I don't know. Sometimes they bring in like Mexican food, and sometimes it just doesn't taste the greatest.
I actually do have a follow-up question, and if it's too personal, you don't need to answer, but I am curious. It's not very common to find cats who do not like seafood. So, my question is, what started this dislike for seafood? Was it something in particular?
Yes. So there was one night where the people at the orphanage prepared us a entire seafood buffet, and the orphanage didn't have a big budget. So even though we had a big like sort of layout of stuff, it's just most of the time a majority of it was, and you'll probably understand where I'm going with this. The majority of it was octopus. So yeah, it pretty much they prepared it in different ways if we asked. So I just kind of said, hey, I'll just have like some. They had like little tiny pieces of like calamari, so I just kind of asked for those. I tried it, immediately threw up.
Oh, was the calamari bad?
I just did not like the taste of it. I thought I just ugh, yeah, just even thinking about it, I don't like it.
Well, if you ever are willing, Silver makes terrific calamari. Have you
Look,
had it, Tangle?
It's so good. He made it after the first time that Mimic pretended to be you.
Yes.
The first time!
Perfect
I
time.
hate that we can say the first time.
Okay, well, look. As much as I appreciate it, I feel like ever since that moment, I have just not wanted to try octopus ever again.
Oh, no,
So-
no problem. Only
so
if you
I-
want it.
So I am very sorry, but I am gonna have to politely decline your offer.
That's
And if you
fine.
got sick after having just one, it's totally possible you may have an allergy. That's a pretty common allergy, actually.
Look, if I were to explain more about it, even though it's still not great to look back on, it's just like, I tried a couple. The taste was fine for a bit, but I felt like 5 minutes later, after I had like my first bite or something, I just felt horribly sick, and I just started throwing up all over the table.
Yeah.
I immediately ran to the bathroom, and yeah, I just threw up like for an hour straight.
Yeah, that
goodness.
definitely sounds like an allergy. Maybe that would explain your distaste for seafood too, if you've got a seafood allergy.
I mean, there's still some seafood that I like. It's not like I hate all seafood. I'm trying to think like cod is good sometimes. I like a good okay. I like a good salmon every once in a while. I
Salmon is
guess but I guess also on top of octopus, I don't like eel.
Mm.
Really?
No, it just I don't think it ever really sat with me right, and not like it did octopus, but I think just like I didn't know what to think of it afterwards.
It do the slippy slidey thing.
That,
It is kind of weird.
It is
Slippy
kind of
slidey thing.
chewy.
mm,
Very chewy.
yeah.
Do you enjoy
So-
prawns or shrimp?
Oh, I enjoy shrimp. Prawns. I'm trying to think back. What are prawns again?
Or shrimp.
Just tinier shrimp.
Basically, yeah.
Oh well, that should be fine.
Maybe we'll have to talk to Silver next time. He can make some amazing seafood.
Mm. I'm very curious, Duo. If you were to recommend food to the restoration cafeteria, what food would you recommend?
If I were to recommend food to the restoration, that's a good one. I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to just go up to whoever's in charge of like catering or whatever and just be like, "Hey, is it okay if like blah blah blah." Yeah, no, that's not me.
Look, they will take suggestions. Trust me, I know.
Well, what if you suggested Tangle just so I can try to think of one?
So I was the one who suggested the little cakes on Fridays. That was my idea. I thought it was a good morale booster, and it sure is.
Oh, that I can attest to. They're so good. I don't know how they make it, but oh, I want
Yeah,
it.
so, it's like these little tiny, almost bite-sized cakes that they do on Fridays. And it just makes everyone happy. It's something to look forward to at the end of the week.
Are you talking about cupcakes?
No, not quite.
I think it's those little square cakes.
Yeah,
type-
there's a fancy French name, and I have no idea what the fancy French name is.
Mm.
But they're very easy to make. They're just these little tiny, like chocolate vanilla square cakes. You eat them and you're happy.
I see. Well, I don't know. I still don't know what I would really recommend. Yeah, it's really hard to think. If anything, I would just suggest to them maybe just get better quality food. But I feel like if I said that, I would be stared at.
I mean, look, my dude, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I can't argue with you.
Mm-hmm.
And Duo, if I may, we actually do have a question from Dino Kaiju. May I read that, Leah?
Yes.
So here's a fun question for you guys. Because of a certain movie now out for everyone, Team Kong or Team Godzilla?
Oh,
Ooh.
I like Godzilla.
I do too.
Agreed.
He's just a big monster and he's cool.
Well, also, I just think, it's so much cooler to know the origin of like the first Godzilla movie and just kind of what it came to now. I still need to see Godzilla -1. I hear a lot of good things about it.
Yes, Silver is a Godzilla fan.
Ooh.
I mean, okay, well, don't get me wrong. I like King Kong as well, but I just feel like with Godzilla, I feel like there's so much more you can do with him, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, Blaze, since you have a theater at the Soul Dimension, if I find a way, just to bring over that new Godzilla vs. Kong film from my world, would you be willing to play it for us? It's really good. It's just a great popcorn film.
I would say so. Silver tends to be a big Godzilla fan, so I'm sure he would be thrilled.
Perfect.
I actually do have one question for you, Duo. And I know
Yeah.
you briefly have discussed this, but I'd love to hear your opinion. The restoration is so vital for everybody on Mobius, and I would just love your opinion. What made you so patriotic to join the restoration? It's a very noble cause.
It very much is. I don't know. My thoughts probably was that, I heard about the whole thing with Eggperial City, um, that happened. So I think I just kind of saw that, and I was like, I've been just kind of walking around aimlessly, not sure what to do. I've had minor experiences, but I feel like still enough to be considered for something as big and, like you said, Blaze, patriotic as this. But I don't know. I think just my mindset was go in and see what I can do.
Well, I think that is very noble of you.
I I appreciate it.
Is your favorite thing you've done with the restoration so far? I know you haven't done a lot, but do you have anything that you particularly enjoyed doing?
Well, okay. Well, this isn't really restoration, but it was a Team Phoenix mission. That was traumatic. But then the whole thing at Green Hill with the giant fish bot. Nope. Then yeah, Silver Whisper accusing me. So not really that. I don't know. I think the thing that just had much less of a dark impact, for lack of better terms, was honestly Surgeon Kit joining.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just one of the last ones I can really think back to, and I don't know. I think that was just also the one I handled the best per se, because like I actually was trying to defend like my opinion on being like, oh well, we should give him a chance because you guys accepted me and I'm pretty much a nobody, so why not just give them a second chance? Kind of act like even though easier said than done, but just act like there's no bad blood between any of us. But I could tell that Whisper was not satisfied.
Has some drama surrounding Surgeon
Yeah, yeah. I don't
It's
want to.
understand.
I don't want to
Sorry,
get
go
into. I don't want to get into it too much, to be honest, because I think other than not wanting to make Lanolin mad or Jewel, even though I feel like they both could, what's the phrase? They could both blow a gasket. I think just Whisper, even though she's quiet, she's deadly.
Incredibly. Whisper making Lanolin and Jewel mad is scary. Whisper is the one you don't want to make mad.
Oh, I can attack.
Okay, but actually, just a little bit off topic, but also Tangle. Just I kind of need to know, what was your thoughts on Surgeon Kid joining? Just so I'm aware.
I back Whisper in everything she does, and
Mhm.
I understand her concerns.
Yeah, okay.
I am a firm believer. For most people, I am a firm believer in second chances. So
Okay.
I feel like the correct move for now is to let them join the restoration, but not the diamond cutters until they've proven themselves to actually be serious in what they're doing.
I see. I think just from what I observed when they did show up, you were kind of like asking Whisper, like, "Oh, what will you do?" And then Whisper was just kind of like, "No, let's not do this."
I back Whisper in what she needs.
Mhm.
She is my person.
Yeah.
And if she has a hard opinion about something, she has a reason for that opinion.
And that is completely valid. Okay.
So I understand, and I back her in not wanting them to join the Diamond Cutters right now. What I
Yeah.
think is the best thing for them to do is to join the restoration as a whole, and if they are serious about wanting to turn over a new leaf, show us. The last time, so at least what Sonic said, the last time he heard of them, they had no desire. And so words I don't think are enough. We need to see that they are serious. And if they prove they are serious, I have no issues with them joining, provided that they, one, apologize to Whisper sincerely, not the way that Surge did. Sincerely apologize. And prove that they are serious about wanting to help.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that, but okay, so yeah, Lanolin was kind of skeptical. You were just backing up Whisper, who did not look happy, and I just said, "Hey, let's just give him a chance because you guys gave me a chance," and that's pretty much how it all went. And then they
Thing
went off,
is,
huh?
the thing is, Surge appreciated Whisper. And that honestly is the thing that makes me trust Surge a little bit more. Was
Mhm.
that her words to Whisper were, "Thank God, you're the only one here who has any sense. You're the only one here who doesn't trust me. You're right. I get that." So
Eh,
the fact that she said that, that puts points in my book, you know?
yeah, yeah,
She respects Whisper's lack of trust. She knows what she did.
yeah, I can see that, but
Now she's just got to prove it.
yeah, yeah. I don't know, just the way I see it in that entire situation is just let's just give him a chance, even though some people may not like it.
Yeah.
And
It's
Sir-
a little bit different with you. You are a quote unquote, you were new. None of us knew you, but you've never done anything to hurt any of us. Surge
no.
Surge and Kit did something to hurt us. And that has consequences. And not facing consequences for your actions doesn't lead to any growth.
Yeah.
When Blaze, when you were against Sonic, you absolutely faced consequences for those actions. Silver faced consequences for his actions. Shadow has faced consequences. But they've all become better people for it.
Agreed.
Surge and Kit need to face those consequences too. So that they can prove that they are serious and grow to be, hopefully, strong, capable members of the Resistance. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a very valid answer. I like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's fair enough. But yeah, just from what I remember after all that, like Surgeon Kid went off with Sonic and Amy for a bit, but then I stopped by because I wanted to actually show them where they would be staying. And kind of when we got in
See
there, huh?
And that's very nice of you.
Yeah. But pretty much when we got there, just showed them around, kind of just told them a bunch of stuff, and I don't know. I guess for a little bit, I tried talking to them and see like what their plans really were, and they didn't really say much about it. So
I mean, about right. And
yeah,
although if there's anyone that they're gonna open up to, Duo, frankly, it's probably gonna be you. You're the newest member of the Resistance, and besides being a member of the Neo Diamond Cutters, which is unfortunately probably a point against you in that regard, they have no history with you.
well, I don't know. Serge looks like that. Serge looks like that. She could spot a mosquito and just do that.
Oh yeah, no, there. I have no doubt that she could.
And
but
and I don't know. I feel like just she would probably do the same with me.
I think that you could get through to them in a way that none of the rest of us could.
I guess, but I really don't. I'm not even sure myself how I would do that. How I would do that.
Hey, if you find a way, I applaud you.
It'll take time, of course, but just be yourself.
Well, I tried doing that, so I guess I'm doing something right.
You're doing a lot of things right, Duo. You're doing great.
Okay, I'll take your advice.
You were super helpful at the Team Phoenix thing. Remember, Blaze?
Mm-hmm.
He was so good at finding things and
And
solving
duplicating.
mysteries. I
Yeah.
could use you solving mysteries. I've got
Yeah.
mysteries I need to solve.
What?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Wait, what mysteries?
No mysteries. It has absolutely nothing to do with the secret pantry that Silver told me about. Absolutely nothing.
Let's move on to another question, please.
You got that look in her eye.
I have no look in my eye. I don't know what you're talking about. I said it had nothing to do with that. I've actually completely forgotten about the thing that Silver said.
Hmm.
I actually
Mhm.
see a question in the chat.
Yes, Prankster asks, question for you, Duo. What is one experience you will never forget at any point in time? Let's pick a different experience from anything we've talked about so far.
Okay, well then I feel like that kind of shortens the list, doesn't it?
Sure, but you've also lived a whole life before the restoration. Well, what's something from, like, your childhood, something at the orphanage, or something after you left it that you'll never forget?
It's hard to say it all in a simple question like that, even though it's simply asked but very complex to answer.
Story, the first thing that pops in your mind of your life before the restoration.
I think just getting used to all the other cats.
All the other cats?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
I don't. Look, I feel like it's hard for everybody to remember the first moment that they've, probably opened their eyes or have been able to cognitively, experience something. And with me, it's just, I think I kind of can pinpoint exactly where my mind was immediately went like, wait, I don't like being here. The thing is that in the orphanage I grew up in, there was a bunch of other cats, and I don't know, I think just as I kind of became more cognitive throughout the years, and sometimes a lot of eyes were on me, and it scared me.
On you.
I just way too many eyes on me. Just it does. Sometimes I'm even scared to look at my own reflection.
Hey.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So.
Are there any positive stories from the orphanage? Any friends that you made? Anything that you remember that makes you happy?
Mhm.
Not a lot.
There must be something.
With all the love in the world to, who raised me, I cannot think of a single one.
Not a single one.
No. I mean, sure, I had groups of friends, but there were just times where I didn't feel right with them, so I just left. And even when I came back, just I could not bear just being with them. And as much as I didn't want to make friends, there were some cats that did want to be friends, but I just didn't feel like I belonged. So I just left, and once I was finally out of the orphanage, you don't realize how much I desperately wanted friends.
Well, you have friends now.
We love you, Duo! Hugs!
No.
Yeah.
Hugs!
Good,
Hugs!
good.
Hugs, Duo! Best friends!
Let me go. Let me go.
Okay.
Tangle.
Sorry.
Whew.
I want to make sure you know, we are your friends. We
but
love you.
Yeah, but you didn't need to do it like that.
What other way is there to show friendship?
Probably just listening.
Yeah, and now I am giving you a hug.
Yeah, but that's not listening. That's like physical touch, and I'm boundaries.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Boundaries.
But I guess just to kind of go back to it again, like I did desperately want friends for a time, but I did not expect the first time that I would have them, it would be through a traumatic experience.
We do love you, and we are here to help you with whatever you need.
Indeed.
I can't really say much else except I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
You're what? And we take care of our own.
Mhm.
Exactly. Well said. Let's see.
Hey, Duo, actually, do you want to help me find a secret pantry?
Depends.
You're good at solving mysteries. I'm bad at it.
Okay.
There's a secret pantry in Blaze's castle somewhere. Help me find out where it is and I'll give you some of the rewards.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks. Anyway, hi!
You know I'm in the same room, right?
No, it doesn't.
She heard every single
You-
word you said.
I said nothing. I was whispering, and if you whisper, no one can hear you.
Really? Is that
Yes.
true, Duo?
Well, let me just ask you this question, Blaze, without you getting mad.
What is it?
So, I mean, we asked the question already about secrets, whether it be around, I don't know, like the soul dimension, the palace, or hell, maybe even Tangle's house. Maybe there's secrets all over the walls. But I guess
At least
just
most of them, to be fair.
yeah. But I just kind of want to know, what is a secret you would be open to telling us, or maybe because I'm asking the question, telling me. Like, imagine that Tangle's not in the room. Sorry.
I cover my ears,
What
No,
is
I
the
can't hear
secret-
anything.
What is the secret I would entrust with you?
I guess. Your call.
Well, let's see. Silver's vanilla that he uses for his treats.
Where
Are,
where does he keep that vanilla?
exactly.
Okay.
He keeps it in his garden shed.
A garden shed.
Mhm.
Why not a
In your
pantry?
dimension.
What?
In your dimension, he keeps it with his gardening supplies. It is his pride and joy, that bottle of vanilla.
I see.
That is
But-
a secret I'm willing to share.
But he didn't have anywhere better to put it, like a pantry?
Well, he doesn't have a pantry.
But you have a pantry, do you not?
I have several.
Okay. Well, what's one you can talk to us about?
What's one? There's no secret pantry. Is that what you're getting at?
Well, I don't know.
Is there a
My
secret with the?
Well, no. I'm not asking. I mean, I didn't even know you had a secret pantry, but I'm just logically
Because
asking.
Don't. I
Well,
do
I'm
not.
just- Well, I'm just logically asking if the Soul Palace. I imagine there's a bunch of secrets laid in there, but I mean, if you had a secret pantry, like, you shouldn't be scared to tell us what's in it, because if it's secret, I mean, it could just be. I don't know what have I heard Silver like. Oh, maybe it's full of maple syrup.
There is
I mean-
no maple syrup stored in that pantry. That I will reveal, and nothing more.
So there is a secret pantry.
No, there is no secret pantry. There
Is
is
it-
no maple syrup.
Is this a made up secret pantry?
No. I will just be cryptic
So,
with
so
your direct
you-
answers.
okay, but wait, let me just understand. So you're not confirming nor denying that you do have a secret pantry.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Tangle, was that good enough?
Listening to anything, I heard nothing about secret bottles of vanilla and no maple syrup. I heard nothing. I heard none of that. La 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 la.
Ooh,
It's something. Thank you.
I actually have a question for you, Duo. I heard, they just unveiled that like there's Sonic themed food menu items at IHOP. I'm very curious, what would your themed dish be if you hypothetically had one?
My themed dish. Oh, well, it's been a while since I've been to an IHOP. I only know it for really having like breakfast stuff. I don't know. I feel like with any breakfast place. I think just if the item you're getting probably isn't made of what you expect it to be. So like a sandwich, maybe like it has meat in it, but it's not actually meat. It's somehow made from plants. That's probably something I would have if I had a themed dish.
Oh, interesting. How about you, Tangle Blaze? You are more than welcome to answer this question too.
Me, it would absolutely be a sweet of some kind, probably a strawberry shortcake. But I would want it to be decorated in like. So, have you ever seen those cakes that are almost shaped like a spiral staircase?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So I would absolutely want a strawberry shortcake in that sort of style because I'm from Spiral Hill, so I'd want it to be shaped like a spiral. And if something could be on there that's representative of my tail, cool. If not, whatever. But yeah, strawberry shortcake is my favorite thing in the world, so it would have to be that.
Oh, nice.
How about you, Blaze?
I would be a beverage. I would say perhaps a lavender tea. I think that sounds lovely.
Okay, that's a good answer. I need to take you all to IHOP to try it sometime. It's great.
Have you tried Denny's?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Of Denny's, unironically.
My favorite has to be the Choco Nana pancakes. Delish.
Silver has yet to be there.
One day we'll take them to it.
Yes. Ooh, I see another question in the chat.
Yes, I was about to read that when we were done. So it's for you and me, Duo.
Okay.
How do we feel knowing that we are a squad of like secretly 10 when it comes to the Wisps and Maggie?
Say that again.
Our team is so our team looks like it's 4 people, right? But it's actually like 10 because we've got all the Wisps and then Maggie too.
Who's Maggie again?
That's Whisper's Wisp, not Whisper. Lanolin's Wisp.
Oh,
The one that lives in her little bell.
Yeah, that's right. I completely forgot.
No worries. She's the only one with a name. I usually accidentally call her the Purple Wisp. She gets mad at me when I do that.
Well, yeah. Like, what are the names of Whisper's wisps again?
So she calls. Technically, their names are their colors: blue, orange, pink. That is technically their names. I call them Inky, Blinky, Pinky, Winky, and Clyde.
I like that.
I like that too. I think that's a great name. I think those are great names for them.
I mean, I do sort of have a fondness to Blue. He seems like a nice little wisp.
Him. He's so sweet. He's so shy. He's probably been really weird around you. He's shy around new people.
That makes sense.
But like Cyan, who is, by the way, Winky, in case anyone was curious. Winky just loves new people and loves talking even when people just don't understand him. Pinky is kind of aggressive, but that's okay. She does what she does best. Clyde's kind of a derp. They're all great. I love them all.
I can attest to what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what's it like being part of that team? I love it. So I don't have a mask, so I can't really understand the Wisps most of the time, but they make themselves known, right? So the 5 of Whisper's Wisps in particular are little pranksters. They enjoy, trying to scare me. I'm used to it now, so they can't scare me anymore. Except for that one time, but that's okay. We just pretend that didn't happen. But they certainly each have their own personalities. Maggie is almost like a tiny lanolin, and she tries to keep everything and everyone in order. You can imagine how that goes.
Yeah.
It doesn't go well, but she certainly tries.
I can tell.
It's an adventure. It's an adventure for everybody.
It,
No
it
day
rea-
is the same, and I like that.
Yeah, it really is.
Mm.
I kind of wish I had my own wisp, but to be fair, Whisper's wisps are almost like my wisp, so
What would you name your wisp?
depends on. I would need to meet the wisp first. They would
Fair
need.
point.
What about you, Duo?
Oh,
Would you want
well, yeah, I've thought about it. But like I said, I really have a fondness to Blue. I think he's great.
So cute.
I don't know. Maybe I would want a wisp just like if we were able to clone wisps, definitely get a clone of Blue.
So good. He's such a cutie.
Yeah. But I understand that he's shy and I don't blame him, but I don't know, I just want to get to know him more so he's at least a little bit more open with me.
Whisper can translate, or I'll steal Whisper's mask and translate. I can't say I haven't done that before. Don't tell Whisper. Sometimes you just want to talk to the wisps, and you can't understand them without the mask, so you gotta put the mask on to be able to understand them.
Yeah.
Duh.
Mm. Oh, I am very curious though. I'm very curious, Duo. Which wisp like powers and abilities do you like? I'm very curious.
I don't I, I mean it's funny that I keep talking about Blue, but I don't know. I feel like his powers and abilities are so interesting to me.
Mm.
I don't know what it is. I just really think that out of all of them, Blue's just the most chill.
Mm.
I mean, he definitely does, I feel like he definitely needs to understand like your vibe or where you're coming from to get to like you, and I guess I'm not necessarily that close yet, but I hope so. Fingers crossed.
Mm. How about you, Tangle Blaze?
What wisp I would have?
Like, which wisp like powers and abilities do you like?
Oh goodness. I need to think.
Clyde. I love Clyde. He
I-
blows stuff up.
Perhaps that's the one I need to go with. I don't know wisps very well. I don't have wisps in this whole dimension. So, is there a fire wisp?
I think that, at least from the ones I know, I don't know much about wisps except for whispers and now a little bit about Maggie. But yeah, Clyde is the one that blows stuff up.
Probably that one then.
Pinky is the whirling blade. So like she becomes like she can cut through stuff and she's just a blade. Blinky, who is blue is brute force. He turns into a hammer.
Mm.
Clyde is the explosion. Cyan, Winky is the that was Whisper's original wisp. He was always hers. He is the like laser, the sniper rifle. He's very precise and does like a lot of damage in one go. Like very focus, targets, that kind of thing. Very Whisper.
Sounds like one I would also like.
Yeah, I think you would love Cyan. And then and then Blink no. Yeah, Inky is the one that can fly.
Interesting.
Okay, so Dino has mentioned there's the burst wisp.
I don't know anything about that. I just know
wisp-
whispers.
The burst wisp, basically the one that charges and blows up. It's a fire wisp, to be honest.
Ah, there is fire wisp.
Yeah, that's probably like the closest, to your powers, Blaze.
Then we'd probably get along, I would think.
Mm.
Duo. Oh,
Uh,
sorry, Leah. Go ahead.
I just saw VG Jedi's comment in the chat. Tango, I thought Orange/Clyde was Whisper's original Wisp.
She had. I'm texting her right now. I did think that Cyan was hers. I'm texting her right now.
Gotcha. Oh.
Blaze, were you gonna say something?
Oh, yes, I have
You're
a
right. You're
question.
right. Clyde was hers. You're right. The orange one was hers. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, perfectly fine. I had a question, but Leah, is there an audience question that has yet to be answered?
Yes, Dino Kaiju. Do you want me to read that?
I can read it.
Okay.
It's for me. Thanks, Dino Kaiju. Am I trying out my new extreme gear for the upcoming race with the Babylon Rogues and Team Sonic? Why would I give that away? If I've got an advantage, I'm not gonna say it in a public forum where the Babylon Rogues could possibly hear me. That's silly!
Yeah, I think it's best just to not say anything and just quickly answer it like that.
So we do listen to each other's panels because it's fun. So the Babylon Rogues could very easily listen to this, and I will not give away my secrets. You cannot get them out of me, Babylon Rogues! Mwahaha!
Yeah, just short and simple answer is nothing is going to be revealed.
You'll see when we get there. That's my answer.
Yeah. Okay, Blaze, I really want you to ask your question.
Of course. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, do not ask me that question.
Oh, I did not mean to make you uncomfortable. My apologies.
No. It's fine. That's a hard question. I'm gonna be honest. I don't see myself living for that much longer.
Not living that much longer?
For lack of a better term, yeah.
Are you unwell?
No, I just don't see myself doing that much, and maybe more or less it's just like I don't see myself doing that much in 5 years to where I'm pretty much just like not even there.
I see.
So not necessarily like I die, but necessarily like just a part of me dies, if that makes any sense.
Oh, I hope that won't be the case.
I hope so. I hope so too, but
I do get how you're feeling. Trust me when I say a lot can change in 5 years. 5 years ago, I was in Spiral Hill as a literal nobody, and now I'm one of the Sonic the Hedgehog's right-hand people. A lot can change in 5 years. So I know that you're feeling kinda not great now, and feeling like there's not a lot you can accomplish. But trust me, I would know better than most people.
Oh, yeah.
A lot that can change in 5 years.
I mean, look, for example, look at what Tangle's now hanging out with Blaze, someone she's like a massive fan of.
Oh, you don't need to call me out like that, Kevin. You don't need to call me out like that. I was a literal nobody. Like the way you feel. And now I'm helping to run a major part of the restoration. Now I'm a trusted companion of the Sonic the Hedgehog. I've made friends with a princess from a fiery dimension. I get how you feel. I do. Better than most. Trust me. But also trust me when I say that it doesn't last, and it does change. And 5 years is a longer time than you think.
You never know.
And you're pretty great, so you can accomplish a whole bunch of great things. I know that.
Yeah, but what if there's nothing else for me to accomplish? What happens then?
I mean, In
Right.
our world, there's always something new to
Oh
accomplish.
yeah,
I
the
was
journey
about to
never
say.
ends.
Well, what if it's out of my comfort zone? What if it's out of my control, out of my ability? You kind of have to think about these things. And it's just, honestly, if anything were to happen with me and the restoration, you probably would not see me ever again.
And that's what would happen. That's why you rely on us. That's why you have a team.
Well,
It's a fight that I've had with Whisper for years.
well, look, if you haven't already, if you couldn't already tell, Tangle, I'm not the best at really feeling like I'm able to rely on people.
I know. And that's something to work on. It's something I've worked on with Whisper for years. And it's something we'll work on with you too.
And
You
it's
can trust
something-
us.
It's something that I've struggled with for many years. And now I'm finally learning to accept having friends. I promise, Duo. Having friends will make the world such a better place. You do
Mhm.
belong.
Blaze has come a long way too, haven't you, Blaze?
That is very true.
No, it's hard to understand now. But remember this conversation in a year or so. And see how things have changed. See how you feel about us. Because we have no intention of kicking you out or anything. You're pretty
No.
great. We like you.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely something I will try to think about to the best of my ability.
I will respect your boundaries and not give you a hug. But I am giving you a hug on the inside.
Okay, how about this? You can hug me, but just don't use your tail.
I can do that. Hugs!
Okay, yeah.
Gentle hugs. Gentle hugs. Gentle hugs for the kitty.
You're
Okay.
learning Tango. I'm so proud of you.
Look, I know I can be a lot, but I respect boundaries. Whisper has taught me that.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
And your heart's in the right place, Tangle. I admire you for that.
But no, seriously, Duo. Trust me, 5 years, a lot can change. And maybe we can help you find something to work towards.
Yeah,
Who knows?
sounds great, but you're kind of squeezing me now.
Oh, sorry!
Duo, do you have something you've always wanted to learn, like an instrument or a sport? Perhaps that could be the first step.
Well, I did hear about that thing with the Babylon Rogues. I don't know if I'm really involved in that.
You could be. We could teach you how to race.
Extreme gear?
Yeah, I guess maybe trying to learn how to use extreme gear. I mean, I heard something about Sonic and Tails like testing out some extreme gear and like stumbling across an abandoned mine shaft or something.
Mm. Yes,
Is-
extreme gear is exhilarating.
Tails is the kind of person who's always willing to teach somebody. If you let him talk about cool mechanical invention stuff, he is willing to teach anybody anything. So if you want to learn extreme gear, he will definitely teach you.
Absolutely.
I can attest to that. Like, he's a mechanical genius. Like, his stuff fascinates me.
And he loves to talk about it. So if it's something you want to learn, yeah, he will totally and happily teach you.
Well, I'll be sure to let him know if I'm
Do it!
ever interested.
Okay. Blaze, Dino Kaiju has a question for you. How
Sure.
was it for you traveling around the world with Sonic during that mini vacation?
Oh, it was fascinating to see your world and all its wonders and what it offered. I really enjoyed learning about all of your culture and sightseeing. It was an absolute pleasure.
I bet it was very nice to be out of the solar dimension and not have princess duties for once, wasn't it?
Oh, it was very refreshing. Although my people always come first. It is nice to relax for a little bit. I didn't tell you, Tangle, I actually bought a dress the other day, a sundress,
Ooh.
while I was here. And a hat. Those will be my souvenirs for this trip.
Ooh.
Super cool? Anywhere super fun that you want to talk about?
Did we go anywhere super cool? We did visit the clock tower near the restoration. That was extremely high, but
Oh,
I
right.
had a
heights.
terrific view at least. So Sonic and I, of course, it was Sonic. We traveled to the very top of that tower, and the clock's hands. But it had.
Are
a
you
breathtaking
okay?
view. I was okay until the clock struck. And then I was frankly reminded how high it was. So luckily we came down after that.
Mm.
But it was a
And Dino
breathtaking
Kaiju
view.
have follow-ups to ask how the trip to Soliana and also Spagonia was with Silver.
Lovely, as always. Silver and I are attached to the hip, as you could say, and we had a
We
great time.
sure are. Wherever one is, the other is not far behind.
Not usually, no. He is my best friend.
I love that. Friendship is good.
Friendship is wonderful. As I've grown to learn, Duo, and so will you soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take your advice the best I can.
I think we have time for one more question, Leah.
Yeah. Oh,
Is
would you,
there a
oh, would you
question
like?
in the chat?
No, we're out of questions in the chat.
Oh, I had a question in the chat.
Yep, we have no questions.
Oh dang. Shoot. I guess is there anything you'd like to say, Jewel, before we wrap up the session?
Well, what is there to say? I guess just thanks you guys for inviting me over, for asking me a bunch of questions. I still have to get used to this sort of attention, but I guess like however many times you guys said it to me, I will try to get used to it the best way I can. I think that's all I'll say.
Mm.
We do. We love you so much.
Yeah.
You're
I
welcome, Duo.
I appreciate it, you guys.
It was a lot of fun to do this Q&A with you, Duo.
Yeah.
Happy you decided to say yes.
What was that?
I'm really happy you said yes.
You should have seen her reaction to your text message.
Of course I was excited. Duo is so cool and everyone should see how cool Duo is.
Well, I don't know. I think still just the thought of it all was kind of a lot.
Sure. But you deal with me, and if you can deal with me being a lot, you can deal with anyone being a lot.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. Lamilin always has us working around the clock. So, I mean, yes, it is good that we got a chance to kind of just, be ourselves. Like, actually act like friends instead
It's
of
nice, right?
instead of work partners. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the last time we did something that wasn't restoration based was the Team Phoenix panel.
And that was fun for most of it, even though we were hunting down Mimic. Ugh.
Well, it was
But
it was
fun
fun
for most of
until
it.
it was fun until the end. That's
until the
what
end.
that's what I'm retaining from all of that.
But it was a good time up until then. We got to solve mysteries, and you got to meet people, and you were super helpful, and so smart, and everyone got to know you better.
You did well.
He did, right?
I mean, I didn't. Well, I didn't want to be the center of attention, but I guess maybe come to now, this just gives me something to expect if it would ever happen again.
Mm.
And that's a big if.
Almost. He's been quiet for a long enough time. I'm sure he's planning a move somewhere. And when he does, we'll have you to help us.
We will be ready.
Well, we'll see.
Alrighty. Blaze, Tangle, do you have any final words?
Y'all are great. Thank you so much for talking and hanging out with us.
Yes, thank you, audience, for coming. And Duo, a very warm welcome. Thank you so much for your time.
Mhm.
My pleasure.
You're welcome here whenever. I always have tea.
Yeah, I'll if I ever feel like I need some tea, I'll ask.
Yay! More. Like you said, we should hang out as friends and not just as coworkers all the time.
I don't know. I mean, this was nice to do with. I mean, yeah, I'll say it. This was nice to do with all you guys, but I don't know.
Hey.
Maybe if we do more stuff over at Revo, maybe there could just be a panel with me and you, Tangle.
It would be so fun. I'd love to do a Diamond Cutters panel at some point. Lanolin is too busy to be part of the panels right now. Blah, 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 whatever. But I'd love to do something with you.
Well, I was kind of just more thinking one-on-one, if you know what I mean.
Totally, happily.
I think definitely with the group of people we had here, it was easy for me to feel comfortable with.
Good.
Because
I'm glad.
too many people, yeah, that brings out a lot of anxiety.
That's
understand.
fair. Don't worry, I will field the people for you. I do it with Whisper literally all the time.
All right, well, that's good to know.
Yes, unfortunately, we will have to end this live stream, but let's give it a round of applause here for our VAs, Coryncidence as Tangle, A Blue Moon 88 as Blaze, and MrJPG as Duo. Give them a round of applause, everyone. And do not worry, I am currently in the planning of the next Goddess Spotlight with Liaserenityrose. It's going to be a very special one, so please stay tuned for that. And may you all have a wonderful day and see you guys at Revo. Bye.